Imagine writing, just with your thoughts.
Hmm.
Or figuring out what's on scrolls buried by a volcano 2 millennia ago.
Right.
Or even seeing a movie-quality video that AI whipped up in seconds. It sounds like sci-fi, but, well, it's happening right now.
It really is.
Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the very latest in global AI developments. We've got sources from, well, all over Europe, Asia, the Americas.
And what's really remarkable here is just how broad AI's reach is becoming.
Yeah.
We're talking everything from, like you said, preserving ancient history to shaping entire national economic strategies.
And just changing our daily lives. Right?
Fundamentally. So our mission today is to sort of distill these insights for you, make sense of it all.
Exactly. So you're not just hearing the news, but hopefully getting those aha moments.
That's the goal.
Okay. This first story, honestly, it just blew me away. There's this global team led by Brent Seals from the University of Kentucky. They've just landed a huge grant, 11.5 million euros, for a project called Unlost. And their mission, it's to digitally decode ancient Herculaneum scrolls. The ones carbonized by Vesuvius way back in 79 AD.
Ah, yes. The Herculaneum library.
The idea of actually reading those after nearly 2,000 years using AI, that's just astonishing, isn't it?
It really is. And this project, it builds directly on the success they had with the Vesuvius challenge.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah, so they're using these incredibly high-resolution X-ray scans and sophisticated AI models.
To read without opening them, because they're so fragile.
Exactly, without physically unrolling these incredibly delicate scrolls. Just think about the scale of what could be recovered.
An entire ancient library.
Potentially. Untouched, unread for almost 2 millennia. It's like a race against time, really, and decay.
And AI is the key.
AI is stepping in as this, well, ultimate historian, you could say. It's literally bringing us face to face with history we thought was gone forever.
That's incredible. But, okay, AI isn't just digging into the past. It's also, actively shaping the future, especially in creative fields.
Definitely.
Alibaba, for instance. Following their push into general video generation, they've now open-sourced their Tongyi Wanxian 2.2 model. And this thing apparently can generate 5-second movie-quality HD videos.
5 seconds HD.
Yeah. And we're talking professional-looking, light, color, composition, even micro-expressions on faces.
Wow. That's getting serious. Like having a mini film studio.
Right. In your pocket, basically.
And it's not just general video either. We're seeing these specialized tools pop up.
Like what?
Well, CreateAI just launched Animon.ai Studio. It's being called the world's first AI video platform specifically for anime.
An anime, okay.
Yeah, offering 2K HD quality, different anime styles, and crucially, keyframe consistency.
Which makes the animation smoother, more controlled.
Exactly. It streamlines the whole creative process. So the immediate impact here, it's this profound democratization of filmmaking, really.
Meaning more people can do it.
Yeah, independent creators, smaller studios, they can now produce professional-grade stuff, or at least prototype scenes, really quickly. Hours, not weeks.
That could seriously blur the lines between, amateur stuff and big studio productions.
It really could. The barrier to entry just dropped significantly.
That's a powerful thought. Okay, so shifting gears a bit, from creativity to national strategy.
Right.
China is making some really big moves on the global AI stage.
They certainly are.
At the World AI Conference in Shanghai recently, they announced not one, but 2 major industry alliances.
Alliance in between.
Between their AI developers and their chip makers.
Ah, closing the loop.
Exactly. The goal seems crystal clear. Build a fully homegrown supply chain, get rid of reliance on foreign tech.
Especially with increasing U.S. sanctions. That makes sense strategically.
But how achievable is a fully homegrown chain? This stuff is so globally interconnected, right? Are there still key bits they'd struggle with?
That's the crucial question. And yeah, absolutely. Certain very high-end manufacturing processes, some specialized materials, those are still big challenges.
Okay.
However, you have to connect this to the bigger picture. China now leads globally, apparently, with over 1,500 large AI models released.
1,500, wow.
That's reportedly more than 40% of the world's total. Plus, they boast over 5,100 AI companies and 71 AI unicorn startups.
So it's not just talk.
No, this isn't just about making a few chips. It's a comprehensive, full-stack, national effort towards, well, technological self-sufficiency.
A very clear direction.
Undeniably. And their progress in closing those dependency gaps is, well, it's noticeable.
And check this out more on the hardware front. Huawei just debuted its CloudMatrix 384 AI system.
Okay.
It attacks 384 of their own 910C chips.
Their own silicon.
Yeah. And they're claiming its system-level performance can go head-to-head with Nvidia's top-tier stuff, the GB200 NVL72.
That's a bold claim against the market leader.
It is. And even Nvidia's CEO admitted Huawei is a fast-moving competitor. That's quite an admission.
It signals serious competition, definitely. What's also striking here, though, is the aggressive cost-cutting strategy we're seeing from Chinese AI companies.
How so?
Well, models like Z.AI's new GLM 4.5, for instance, they're reportedly undercutting global rivals by a significant margin.
Like how much cheaper?
Z.AI is charging something like 11 cents per million input tokens. Compare that to, say, DeepSeek at 14 cents. And it apparently runs efficiently, too, just 8 NVIDIA H20 chips needed.
Interesting. So it's not just about the tech specs, but accessibility and cost.
Exactly. It's about potentially dominating the market through sheer efficiency and making advanced AI way more affordable.
Okay, so China's pushing hard on self-sufficiency and low cost. Meanwhile, over in Germany, they seem to be taking a slightly different tack.
Right, with SpiNNcloud.
Yeah, SpiNNcloud is expanding its brain-inspired supercomputer with Leipzig University.
Brain-inspired?
That's the term they use. The system can simulate, get this, at least 10.5 billion neurons.
Billion, okay.
But the focus seems to be on incredible energy efficiency and real-time processing for both AI and high-performance computing.
So efficiency over just raw power, maybe.
Yeah.
A different design philosophy.
Seems like it. And then in the U.S., there's Armada. They just secured $131 million in funding and launched Leviathan. These are new megawatt-scale modular AI data centers.
Modular, meaning easier to deploy.
Yeah. And get this, they can be set up in weeks, often in remote areas, and they're designed to use idle energy sources like stranded natural gas or excess solar power.
Oh, interesting. Taking the compute to the cheap energy instead of the other way around.
Exactly. Their vision is explicitly about accelerating American energy and AI dominance by decentralizing compute power, moving it where energy is cheap and available.
A very different approach to infrastructure.
Definitely. But, it's not all smooth sailing in the chip world. Intel seems to be hitting some turbulence.
Yes. Under their new CEO, Lip-Bu Tan.
Right. They're making some major strategic adjustments, pausing big manufacturing projects in Germany, Poland.
And delaying the Ohio factory again.
Further delaying that $28 billion Ohio factory, yeah. And they're streamlining operations, cutting about 15% of their global workforce.
15%, that's huge.
It's around 21,000 jobs. Seems like really tough times for the old giant. How do you think these shifts might impact Intel's competitiveness long term?
Well, that's the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? It certainly raises concerns about their ability to keep pace with rivals like, say, Samsung.
Especially with that big Samsung-Tesla deal.
Exactly. Samsung just inked that massive $16.5 billion chip supply deal with Tesla for Tesla's next-gen AI6 chips.
Wow. That's huge for Samsung's foundry business.
A massive boost for them, yeah. And it's clearly a strategic move for Tesla to lock down its AI hardware supply chain.
So the implication is?
The implication is that, consolidation, strategic partnerships, they're becoming absolutely crucial in this incredibly dynamic semiconductor landscape. Falling behind can happen fast.
Right. Okay, so while we're tracking these huge industry shifts and national strategies, AI's impact is also getting incredibly personal.
Very much so.
I mean, take Elon Musk's Neuralink. There was this truly incredible breakthrough recently.
With Audrey Cruz.
Yes. A woman, quadriplegic for 20 years. After getting a Neuralink chip implant, she wrote her name, using just her thoughts, for the first time in 2 decades.
Just amazing.
Musk shared the video widely online. It's not just, a cool tech demo. It feels profoundly life-changing.
It's absolute groundbreaking. How it works, basically, is the tech reads brain signals directly from the motor cortex.
The part that controls movement.
Right. And it uses those signals to control an external cursor, like on a computer screen.
Man.
It doesn't restore physical movement itself.
It gives telepathic control over digital devices.
Exactly. And the significance there. The potential for vastly improved communication, independence, quality of life for so many people who are, effectively logged in. It's a whole new way to interact.
Incredible potential. And speaking of health, another company, Plexion, a biotech firm, they just got funding to integrate AI and machine learning into their blood tests. These are specifically for transplant patients.
Okay, how does AI help there?
Well, these AI-enhanced tests can apparently predict the risk of transplant rejection or infection with much greater accuracy.
Ah, so helping doctors manage those tricky immunosuppressant drugs.
Precisely. Optimizing that management is crucial. So this could genuinely save lives and improve long-term outcomes for transplant recipients.
That's a fantastic application. Moving to sort of everyday life, AI is also streamlining things in ways you might not even notice.
Like taxes, I saw something about that.
Yeah, exactly. April, it's an AI-driven embedded tax platform.
Embedded.
Meaning it can be built into other financial apps or services. Anyway, this past tax season, they processed hundreds of thousands of returns.
Okay.
And get this, they cut the median filing time down to just 22 minutes.
22 minutes? Seriously, compared to what?
Compared to the IRS average, which is apparently 13 hours.
13 hours. Wow, I think I spent 22 hours just staring at the forms last year. That's not just a time saver, that's giving people their weekends back.
It really is. It's about taking those really tedious, time-sucking tasks and just making them almost disappear.
Okay, I need that app. And sticking with streamlining services, there's another startup, Salient.
Right, in loan servicing.
Yeah, they just raised $60 million. Their focus is automating all the stuff that happens after a loan is made.
Like collections, customer service.
Exactly. Collections, customer service, compliance monitoring. They have a generative AI platform.
Meaning it can understand and create human-like text or dialogue.
Right. And it can actually monitor customer calls and automatically flag potential regulatory violations.
Whoa. Like an AI compliance officer listening in.
Kind of, like having this always-on assistant watching everything, making sure things stay on the right side of the rules.
That's quite something. And in cybersecurity, well, it's really turning into AI versus AI, isn't it?
It seems that way, like Dropzone AI.
Yeah, they secured $37 million for their autonomous AI SOC analyst software.
SOC being the Security Operations Center, the hub for monitoring threats.
Exactly. And this AI software can automatically investigate security alerts in minutes, not days, like it often takes humans.
Minutes versus days.
The insight here really is that human speed just isn't enough anymore against today's automated, sophisticated cyber threats. You need AI fighting AI.
And building on that, Booz Allen launched something called Velix Reverser.
Ah, for malware reverse engineering?
Exactly, an AI cloud product that automates taking apart malicious software to see how it works.
Which used to be a super manual, time-consuming process.
Right. Days or even weeks for complex malware. This uses AI agents and something they call swarm intelligence.
Multiple AIs working together.
Yeah, collaborating to deconstruct the malware in minutes. It drastically speeds up how fast we can develop defenses against new threats.
But all this automation, this power, it brings up that crucial question, doesn't it? How do we make sure these AI systems are, safe, reliable, transparent, especially when they're acting autonomously?
They have the black box problem.
Precisely. And there are companies trying to tackle that. Starseer just raised $2 million specifically to address the AI black box.
Their goal being
to provide unprecedented visibility into why AI is making the decisions it makes, for security, for compliance, for just building trust, really.
Which seems increasingly important. Okay, let's shift focus again to AI and jobs, the workforce impact.
Always a big topic.
There was a study in Israel that found, maybe surprisingly, that AI's impact on job numbers might be less dramatic than feared.
Oh, what did it find?
Well, only about 9% of businesses using AI reported actually changing their workforce size because of it, so maybe a more optimistic picture there.
That's interesting. However, there is a counterpoint to consider, or at least a nuance.
Okay.
In India, for example, the AI unicorn Ola Krutram recently laid off over 100 employees.
Mostly from which area?
Mostly from their linguistics team, apparently as part of a strategic adjustment. And then you have the IT giant TCS cutting about 12,000 jobs globally. That's about 2% of their workforce.
And their CEO specifically mentioned AI.
Yeah, citing AI's transformational impact on how work gets done on processes.
So the question isn't just if jobs are lost.
Exactly. It's not just how many jobs, but how AI is fundamentally changing the nature of the roles themselves, the tasks involved.
Redefining jobs rather than just eliminating them.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Are these early signals of broader shifts globally, where certain skills become less important and others, like working with AI, become crucial? That seems to be the key question.
That's a really important distinction. And okay, finally, a slightly weird legal twist. There's this growing number of wiretap lawsuits popping up.
Wiretap? like old-school spying laws.
Kind of pitting these old privacy laws against new AI-driven customer service systems.
How does that work?
Plaintiffs are claiming these AI systems, the ones monitoring calls like we discussed with Salient. They claim the AI is illegally listening in as a third party without consent. So courts now have to figure out if an AI counts as a third-party eavesdropper under these old laws.
Wow. That really shows how the law is struggling to keep up with the tech, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It absolutely does. It just underscores this urgent need for, well, new rules, new regulatory frameworks that can actually handle these advancements.
And it's not just companies bumping against old laws. Even governments are leaning into AI in some unexpected ways.
Like the DOGE example.
Yeah, the former Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, once led by Elon Musk. Remember that?
Vaguely, yes.
Well, reports suggest they're now using AI to create a delete list of federal regulations.
That's the list.
Aiming to cut 50% of them, supposedly identified by AI as redundant or inefficient.
Whoa. That's ambitious, maybe even audacious, using AI for governance like that.
Right. What's really striking here is just how AI is moving into spaces we always thought were purely human territory, like deciding which laws stay or go.
It really challenges our assumptions.
So, wrapping this all up,
Oh.
what does it all mean for you listening?
Yeah. What's the takeaway?
Well, from deciphering ancient texts that were lost for millennia to streamlining taxes and government rules today.
And from giving people new ways to communicate through brain implants to completely reshaping jobs and industries.
AI is just fundamentally changing our world, and the pace feels incredibly fast.
What's truly fascinating, I think, is how quickly AI is moving past being just a niche tool for specific problems.
Right.
It's becoming foundational. It's causing these really deep shifts in how we live, how we work, even how we understand our own past. It's not just a tool anymore. It's becoming a co-creator of our future.
And it all comes back to you. We've tried to take a real deep dive into these sources today, pull out the key signals.
Hoping to spark some of those aha moments. Yeah. Leave you a bit more informed, maybe a bit more prepared.
No matter your background or field.
So maybe this raises an important question for you to think about after we finish. With AI taking on all these diverse roles, from being a historian to a compliance officer to a job transformer, even helping rewrite regulations, what new skills do we need? What skills will you need to master to not just cope, but to effectively collaborate with these incredibly powerful tools in the years ahead?
How will you adapt and thrive in this landscape that's changing so fast?
That's the question to ponder.
Definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in for this deep dive. We hope you enjoyed unpacking these insights with us.